This is the Book of Bungus, Chapter 1. I'm going to be taking y'all to some of my favorite memories. I think y'all in year 2022. So I'll show y'all a memory from 2022, Black History Month. Roll it.
Come on, come on.
My DRS and recruitment, but recruitment was at an absolutely.
I'm low-key kind of nervous. Like, I'm never nervous, but I'm low-key kind of nervous because I haven't read over any of this stuff. Like I got scammed out of $4,000, so now I work at Amazon. So
You know what's fucked up? I'm on like 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep. I gotta go to work after that shit, like at 5. I'm gonna kill myself, bro. I don't wanna be like, all I had to do was not get scammed and none of this should be happening. Like, you can keep that on camera. This is the reality of being a human, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I don't let no boogers in my nose. Alright, we goody.
We're gonna get started. So I have a few welcoming things that I'll say, and then, like I said, our president will speak, and then I'll introduce Jocelyn.
Okay, hi everyone. So welcome to Black History Kickoff Celebration for 2022. I first want to thank each of you for attending today because time is a priceless commodity. And we genuinely appreciate your presence here today. I want to thank Ms. White's Golden Rule Cafe. Mrs. White's is a must-eat establishment in Phoenix, and I do agree.
Shit going crazy, bro. It's tender, but it got a crunch to it. Amazing.
I want to introduce our featured artist for today, who penned some new pieces for us.
And I haven't had time to like read over none of this. Honestly, I don't even know. Like, I have an idea of whatever, but like not a complete like understanding of what I wrote. So we just gonna see what happens.
Jalopy Bungus. He is not a stranger to the hip hop movement and has a well-known presence here in Arizona. He has performed to sold-out venues, done collaborations with other musicians. He speaks his truth and shares his worldview with those who dare to listen. He has used his talent to shine attention on the water crisis in Flint, police brutality, or is just simply challenging others in battle rap. This native son of Arizona deserves respect for his ability to make you stop and think. I invite you to listen to his work, appreciate his artistry, and be ready for a discussion.
I was gonna write 5 pieces, but I turned one of the pieces into a short story. So I only wrote 4.
They're all based around Attack on Titan themes. So I picked 4 different characters and wrote what I think they represent in the show.
Gabi represents indoctrination. Eren represents freedom. I'm not done with that one, so I'm gonna freestyle the end. Mikasa represents loyalty, and then Zeke represents projection. I'm gonna let you choose which one I do first.
Let's start with Eren.
Eren? That's what I'm not done with. He's such a complicated character, like, I couldn't finish it. So, his whole thing is what is outside of these walls. And later on in the story, him and his friend, they both had the same idea. We want to see what's outside the walls. We want to explore the world. But Eren's becomes a little tainted because of the things that he's seen, the things that he goes through later on in the show. The legend himself, Kenny Ackerman, said, everybody is drunk on something. So that could be sex, drugs, alcohol, but even things like proving somebody wrong, financial stability, validation, attention, freedom, revolution. Everyone is hooked up on something that keeps their will to live active and intact. But what is freedom? Is freedom the black slaves who were set free? I don't know, because shouldn't they have been freed from shackles in the first place? Is the bare minimum of existence really freedom? Why is freedom, when associated with us, about receiving the bare minimum? It seems like every systematic obstacle we take down, it replaces itself with another one. As a child, freedom to me was being able to play video games whenever I wanted. Then it became wanting to go outside on my own. Then it became being outside as long as I wanted. Then it became getting out of school as soon as possible. Then it became to work on my art freely. But one thing freedom always showed me was that whatever I thought was freedom never was freedom. So what is freedom, and why can't I grab it? Is being your true authentic self freedom? But can anyone authentically be themselves? We've been taught everything we know. What if it wasn't necessary to learn these things? And once things become necessary, is our freedom stripped from us? Are you really free if you care about the other people's opinions? What about that one sentence in your head you would never say out loud? Or that one thing that you did that you can never tell a soul? If you have to hide anything about yourself, are you really free? Freedom to me is when you can become, like when you're in the present moment and you're no longer being controlled by other people's opinions. You know what I mean? You can truly be your authentic self. But that's what I got on Eren. You feel me? Previously, I would consider myself an extremist, and I was indoctrinated to believe that all Caucasian people are evil. This was something that I truly believed. And when you think about it, it's like, did I really believe that, or was I searching for an answer and I came across somebody that gave me a temporary answer? So I identified with that answer, and it shaped my entire lens on the world and everything I do. And every single one of us has that lens that we walk through life with, whatever you went through that caused you to believe these things, you know? So everybody's indoctrinated in a way. Gabi represents indoctrination. She's a kid, you know? And she believes that all of Eren's people, they're all devils and they're all evil. You know what I mean? But eventually she goes to that side of the wall and she realizes, oh, we're all just human beings being indoctrinated by other human beings. And that's all this ever is. This is the short story. We're reading this from the perspective of, I don't know who this person is. I just made a person up. I really made up a whole like person and civilization. I don't know who any of these people are. This is from this person's diary. We're basically reading accounts from this person's diary. All right. This is fiction, by the way. Day 17. My brother got to come over today because my parents weren't home. If they ever found out he was over, they would be mad at me. They hate him, and they make sure he's not able to see me. I love him, but I also understand why. My brother is an apologist. He thinks everyone deserves a fair shot at life, and I agree, just not the Karma people. The Karma enslaved my ancestors and did a lot of horrible things to them. They would beat them with spiked belts, they fed their children to dogs, and many more unthinkable things I don't even want to imagine right now. Even though my ancestors were eventually free from that slavery, they never actually found a way to become free from the shackles of the Karma. The Karma created a system that ensured my ancestors never had an equal shot of experiencing the one thing that we all should. There goes my brother's ideology influencing me again. But anyway, I think I'll finish this tomorrow. The 13-year anniversary of when we defeated the Karma is today, and there's a parade downtown. Day 18. The parade was, oh no, I scrolled down too far. Day 18. The parade was fun. We've come a long way as people. But anyway, back to the Karma. They made sure we didn't have an equal opportunity at life. The law was biased, and so was the police force. Of course, they had no choice but to be, but it's still worth mentioning. Eventually, we formed a powerful militia and fought back. It took a long time and lots of people died, but the reign of the Karma is officially over. Our king had a choice between forcing them out of the country or institutionalizing them. And due to the grudge, he decided to send most of them to camps where they actually live really good. Personal chefs, TV, basically all the stuff we have here, they're just monitored 24/7. That's what my mom told me, and she never lies. Oh, I forgot to talk about my brother when he came over. We'll do that tomorrow. Day 19. So when my brother came over, we were supposed to play video games before my parents got back, but he wanted to talk to me. I already knew what was coming. See, my brother used to hate the Karma just like us. He even fought in the war. But when he came back from the war, his entire attitude changed, and how he felt about the Karma did too. This is why my parents started to hate him and eventually kicked him out. You're not allowed to even speak in favor of the Karma, by the way. He could have gotten us in trouble. But he finally told me why he changed his opinion on the Karma, and it confused me because it isn't true. He said it's because we are the same. But how? Me and my people are revolutionaries who fought back and changed the world. How can we be the same as people who enslaved us? They put us in camp. Well, we have them in camps too, but they're living good. That's what my mom told me, and she never lies. I asked my brother to go into detail, but he said he couldn't. I hate when he does that. I'll keep writing tomorrow. The Karma Crucible is about to start. They're gonna tear each other's heads off. Day 20. My brother is moving from our country, and he's dropping off a few things of his. I'm most excited about his military journal. He says I'm old enough to read it now. Why is there only 3 pages? That's weird. The first page reads, I can't wait to punish the Karma for everything they've done. We have the right to live. Okay, that's all there is on the first page. That's weird. The second page reads, today I met a Karmian who was a protester of the Karma. I was ordered to murder her and her 9-year-old child, but she begged to have a conversation with me. She told me how, though not many, there were sizable protests against the Karma for the mistreatment of my people. Apparently, it was an entire movement. I heard of it before, but I was told this movement was helping supply Karma with weapons of mass destruction. The news, my commander, by everyone. She cried because she knew I had to follow old orders, but she understood. Her last words were, this is our judgment for what our ancestors did to you. We deserve to die. And as I did what I did with tears in my eyes, the child screamed, my mom didn't do any of that stuff to you guys. I didn't either. Why did you kill her? Why did you kill her? We weren't even born yet. I've lost my humanity. I took so many lives and I don't even know which ones were innocent. My idea of innocent might even be biased. I projected my view of the world onto people who fought for me without any praise. I've never been more ashamed. We're all the same. We always have been. I was manipulated and I deserve to die. And as I put the barrel to my head, I realized I couldn't do it because I'll go to hell. I don't think I can read the last page. We're back to the brother. I don't think I can read the last page. I'm gonna read it anyway. We won the war, but at what cost? What different are we is if soon we get the power we needed, we turn into those who oppressed us. As humans, we all deserve the right to live. And unless we agree with the ancestors who committed sin before us, we should not be held accountable for what we didn't do. The media is lying. The Karma are being treated just like we used to be on those camps. I've heard horrible stories and seen horrible things. My little sister is being brainwashed by I can't even read anymore. I'm disgusted with my brother. After everything they did to our ancestors, you say they deserve to live? We are revolutionaries that beat their oppressor. They all deserve equal pain because they are evil, and they always will be, because my mom told me that, and she never lies. That's the end. And how was that? Was that hard? Was that hard? Was that hard? That was kind of hard, huh? That was kind of hard. I did that I wrote that in an hour. That was kind of hard, I ain't gonna lie. That was my first time I ever did something like that. I wrote that because basically saying no one's right in this scenario, right? It's just everybody does what they have to do or what they think they need to do, and that's the unfortunate reality that we live in, you know? I personally can't be mad, me personally, I can't be upset at somebody that has pride in who they are and who their people are, even if they did something heinous, because that is where you come from. That's who you've been indoctrinated by. And as a human, compassion and understanding is gonna take us a lot further than people believe. And I just believe you do what you have to do, but also understand that everybody is a victim of indoctrination in some way. So to hold your judgment, but do what you gotta do at the end of the day. We got Zeke and Mikasa. What's up? Zeke is extremely short. I like this one a lot because I relate. It's kind of similar to indoctrination, except it's projection, right? So we as people, as humans, we project our ideal reality onto everybody in the rest of the world. And just like I said, everything you see, like you look at it through a certain lens. So a lot of people aren't even living genuinely. I'm saying that for myself, you know what I mean? Even me, like I'm currently uncovering all the different prejudice and things that I believe in, you know what I mean, or believed in. And it takes a lot of work, you know what I mean? But the first step is recognizing that 9 times out of 10, these beliefs you have about other people, etc., probably aren't even yours. They've just been indoctrinated to you due to your circumstance and what you've been through, you know? This one specifically is about Zeke because his father forced him. His father went through trauma and his little sister was eaten by dogs because of the corrupt police force in Marley, which led to Grisha becoming his idea was to restore the Eldians, right? Because of this. And when he had a child, he forced that child to believe and know the same things he did. Now you're thinking like, okay, well, they're the same people. Of course they should all fight back. But at the end of the day, at that moment, you took away his right to be himself. When you force your ideologies onto this child who otherwise would have been a completely different person. And that's what, when I was saying about how my mom instilled the beliefs in me and enforced it, like kind of like made me do all the things that I do, like it made me realize like, wow, a lot of my younger life was a lie. You know what I mean? It was really just me trying to be the best ideal of what my mom wanted me to be. And I feel like a lot of people go through that and don't acknowledge it. And I think the worst thing you can do as a parent is tell your child what to believe in and force them to believe in it. Because you're taking away their freedom of becoming who they want to become. This is Zeke and projection. I heard the worst thing you can do is force your ideologies onto a child. I grew up Christian. That was my mom's way. But outside was Kanye, because ain't no church in the wild. I don't identify as Christian now, but is that because I'm rebelling against God? Or did I really find a source of information that made me change my mind? I don't identify as Christian now, but is that because I'm rebelling against my mother? Cold stares and harsh insults, almost drowned shedding tears under my covers. Mama, you knew what you wanted me to be before I was able to know if I wanted to be me. You chose my religion, my outfits. I was never acknowledged as a person, just a pawn to live through your lens as your ideal version of what perfect is. You told me to think for myself, and while it helped me now that I'm grown, you basically told me be myself everywhere else except for when I'm home. And anytime I would go against your image, I was disowned. So of course now I don't believe in God, because all I see is what you forced onto me when I think of God. As a teen, I resented you. So everything you wanted from me, I tried to do the opposite to get to you. And not just because I was spiteful. I thought going against who indoctrinated me was how I'd be enlightened. But soon I found, even when I'm going against you to find me, I'm still held down by the shackles that you tied me. And to prove I was worth loving, I wanted to be everything you wanted as a child. But even being the opposite means I'm still trying to prove something to you now. That's Zeke.
You're kind of good at this.
Huh?
You're kind of good at this.
I'm all right, man. So that's my favorite one, I'm not gonna lie, because I really relate to that one. I really relate to Zeke as a character, which honestly makes me mad. But that's why Attack on Titan is so great, because like the aspects of these characters, like you really, you know what I mean? Some of these characters you don't want to relate to. This last one is Mikasa, okay? This one is about loyalty. So Eren saved Mikasa's life at one point when they were both children. She was gonna die and Eren saved her. She's remains loyal to him since then, you know? And it makes you wonder, like, is that really genuine? You know what I mean? Like, genuine loyalty, like being loyal to someone because they saved you, you know, like, and that could be any type of thing. That doesn't have to be someone saving your life. It could be you were feeling a certain way and then somebody came into your life and they changed everything. And now you feel a certain loyalty to them regardless of sign 1, sign 2, sign, you know what I mean? And you stay loyal to somebody that isn't really loyal to you or isn't really showing the same type of love or compassion to you. But you stay tied to them because of a trauma bond, you know what I mean? And that's what this one is about. So it's really, this one's really lovey-dovey and sweetie and all that stuff. This is Mikasa and loyalty. I've lost people I loved before, and I never want to feel that again. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is there to hear it, does it make a noise? If I can't tell you I love you, was it ever love? It's been eons since I told myself it takes time. I wonder if I owe you this life because you saved mine. I've lost people I loved before, and I never want to feel that again. I never had a dream before I met you. Now my dream is to see you accomplish yours. I will follow you everywhere you go without question. You are my air, you are my reason, and without you, I don't have a will to live. Because when I lost my purpose, you gave me one, to protect you. I've lost people I loved before, and I never want to feel that again. I've noticed you pay a lot of special attention to me. Considering you saved me, you would think I wouldn't need reassurance on that. But if you've ever lost someone you loved in a blink of an eye, you know nothing is for certain. I love you, but I'll never tell you because I've lost people I loved before, and I never want to feel that again. You've been acting distant lately. Are you okay? Maybe you haven't, or maybe I think you're too good to be true. Maybe me thinking you've been distant is more about me than it is about you. I miss how things used to be, but I'll never tell you because I've lost people I loved before, and I never want to feel that again. Did you really kill those people? Why? Were they after you? Was it self-defense? How could you do this? Are you still human? Can you still feel? Don't answer that. I've learned more about myself right now than I ever have, and I'm ashamed because I still love you and I will still protect you. I've lost people I loved before, and I never want to feel that again. You hate me, but why? I love you more than anything in the world. You think I'm only here because you saved me? Deep down, maybe that is true. Maybe I don't love you. Maybe I fear you. Maybe you remind me of what I once loved. Maybe it was never love. Maybe you are how I cope. And that isn't real love. It's dependency. I won't stop you from leaving, but I'll always be here because I've lost people I loved before, and I never want to feel that again. I turned you in. You told me to do it for the reward money. Whatever makes you happy. I hope you're doing okay in there. I'm in prison too. I'm tied to the shackles of whatever it is I feel for you. Wait for me. Because I've lost people I loved before, and I never want to feel that again. I got the news that you took your own life. I have no reason. I have no purpose. You are no longer alive, and I'm realizing I was never alive in the first place. My loyalty was to a fault. I never recovered from losing the people I love, and you filled in that hole for me. But now that you're gone, I realized it was never sealed. I've delayed all of who I am to please you. I've delayed all I am to protect you. I never had my own reason, and even now, you are the one teaching me this valuable lesson. I decided I will leave this place just like you did, and I'm gonna meet you wherever you went, above or below, pain or pleasure, because I've lost people I loved before, and losing you was too much for me to bear. That's Mikasa. Y'all enjoy it? What's up? I do, y'all. Think that's good? You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
So now you are a honorary Puma.
Huh?
Yeah, because you came on campus and you got a little of that magic, you know?
Well, what's up? What is that?
What is that?
Honorary diploma?
Yeah, that's somebody who goes here, who's a person who's ever went to school here, graduates here, works here. It's a very special place to be.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right.
Hey, shout
So
out-
when
hey,
you
shout out to
came
the
up, you
public,
said
man.
you felt nervous because you spoke to 800 people before, and you were okay.
Yeah,
So
I
you
was
did
shaking.
okay. I know I saw you.
I was shaking a little bit, bro.
But
like,
you did well, and we appreciate that you took some time and some of your artistry to share your worldview on life. It's really special to me to work with people that have creative talent and to see your creativity blossom, whether it's in business or nursing or whatever. You have that talent. And some of the things that you say are far beyond your years. You don't know.
I appreciate you.
You know, so I appreciate you coming today. I appreciate you taking that chance to be a Pluma with us and stretch out and grow. I appreciate you talking to us old folks. By the way.
Hey, real quick.
We appreciate
Can y'all say hi to my TikTok, please? Yeah. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey, it's lit. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. We gotta do it one more time.
Oh, really?
Hey, I'm about to get off my live so I can record it and post it. Hey, I love all y'all, man. All right, real quick. I'm gonna get a natural video. I'm sorry, I'm taking y'all time. Come on.
Media, man.
Come on. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
So if we start in a place like this, us older people listening to some younger people, we'll all grow and develop. The world will be a much better place.
I agree.
You know? So I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you again for coming on campus and sharing.
I hope y'all enjoyed that memory of mine. What year it again?
2022.
Oh, okay. So y'all finna be getting a song called Edibles and Wine.
Yes,
I'm gonna give
sir.
you a little preview of that.
You doing the most. If you had all the answers, you wouldn't be broke. Seen homies switch on me, that couldn't be broke. We all high, but I ate the cookie they smoke. I sip a little bit of wine, get me right for the day. And usually that means she getting piped for the day. Traffic violation, couldn't take my license away. She asked me if I'm doing fine, I got fines to pay.